Can you hear me? Hi, can you hear me?
All right. What about now? Can you hear me?
Yes.
All right, there we go.
So you did the special effects for that Power Rangers fan film?
I'm sorry, give me 1 second. Oh, allergies are getting me. It's raining real bad down here and it's stirring up all the pollen, so my allergies are kicking my butt right now. And sorry, what was the question?
You did Power Rangers the MC fan film. You did the Blue Ranger and the special effects for it.
I directed I directed it, I wrote it, I edited it, I edited it, did all the special effects. Except for the building miniature. I didn't build that. That would be my Black Ranger, Jimmy. He built that. Then I also played the Blue Ranger.
So you did all that.
Yeah, I did.
So so are you doing all of part two too? That's coming out part two. Or you'll be doing all that?
Yeah, yeah. We we filmed most of part two last summer. There was a couple of things that we weren't able to get to, which we're actually going to do some. We're going to try and wrap up principal photography in a couple of weeks, but the last thing I got to do is special effects wise, and I don't want to give away what's going to happen, but there is going to be some miniature action that I got to get set up, and that'll be the very last thing we film. As far as when the miniatures are going to be filmed, I'm not 100% sure. Um, but hopefully, my goal is to try to get the second one released on Power Rangers Day this year, which is August, was it 28th?
28th, August 28th.
Yeah, that is my goal, is to get it released on that day.
I mean, it would be cool because there's less for Power Rangers this year. Besides
Hmm.
that. So so do you hang out with any of the cast members?
Yeah, excuse me. The one I hung out with the most, well, see, not all of us are from the same area, so I'm based out of Chattanooga, Tennessee, and my yellow and pink Rangers are also in Chattanooga. So the one I would hang out with the most would be the pink Ranger, Katie, but she we're all kind of extremely busy with projects and well, they're busy with other stuff. I'm busy because I own two businesses and I work a full-time job, so I work all the time. And with Jimmy and Andrew, um they're based out of Atlanta, so like the only time I ever get to see them in person is if we get together to work on a project or something like that. But we do talk regularly over like Instagram, Facebook. We'll text each other and see what's going on. um but yeah, as far as regularly hanging out, probably only the Pink Ranger on a semi. I don't know, I haven't hung out with her in a while, but she is probably the one I would hung out with the most.
Well, Jimmy's cool. I talked to Jimmy. I say Jimmy's cool. I talked to him. Jimmy.
Yeah, Jimmy's awesome. He is. We're actually wrapping up in a couple of weeks a different project. I had Jimmy and Andrew and Shalita, our Yellow Ranger, are actually a part of another project that I'm doing. It's not Power Rangers related, but we're doing a Scream fan film. It's a fan film based off of the Scream horror franchise, and we're going to be filming. We just have a couple of scenes left to shoot, which we're going to come up in a couple of weeks. We're going to get those done as well.
You have anything from the set? From the set of your fan film? You have anything from the set?
I'm sorry.
Do you have anything from the set of your fan film? Do you have any things from the set that you use?
Well, Power Rangers. there's not really a set that we build. Like everything that we do is pretty much like on location. The only really set building we would have to do, at least from Legacy, from part one, the only thing we had to construct was the Megazord cockpit. But sort of a spoiler, but not due to budgets and time constraints. Unfortunately, we're not going to have a full-blown Megazord battle for the second one, but we are going to have some Dragon Zord action. So that's what the miniatures are for. I'm going to get the Dragon Zord toy, build some buildings, and we're going to have like the Dragon Zord attack buildings and stuff like that. But we're not going to, unfortunately, not going to be able to do a full-blown Megazord battle in this one.
Do you have a costume from the set? Do you have a costume in that?
My costume, unfortunately, my costume was damaged heavily during filming, so I had to throw it away. The only thing I have left is my helmet, which is somewhere in my garage and kind of packed up at the moment. So for the third one, oops, spoiler alert, there is going to be one more, but I don't know when we're going to get around to that one. But the only thing I have left from my costume is, yeah, the helmet. I have to rebuy the rest of the costume because everything literally broke. Like the seams tore on the suits. Literally the belt, not belt, but the boots were falling apart. So yeah, that's how aggressive the fight scenes were, I guess.
Oh, do you watch Power Rangers? Do you watch the actual Power Rangers? Like the actual show?
I did. Yeah, I did. When I grew growing up, I used to watch it a lot. I watched it. I used to watch it heavily up until I was about 13, and then I don't actively watch all the episodes. But what I'll do is each year, whenever they debut a new season, I'll watch like the first couple of episodes just to kind of get a feel of what the show is about and whether or not I would continue watching the rest of the season or not. The last series that I watched actual from beginning to end was probably SPD. That's probably the last series that I watched from beginning to end, like all the episodes. But since SPD, I would watch like a couple of episodes from each season, and then that would pretty much be it. I grew up on the Zordon era, so Mighty Morphin all the way up until
Space. In space.
Yeah, in space, and then I watched pretty much every season, and SPD was like the last from beginning to end that I did watch.
Are you gonna watch the newest season?
Right?
Are you gonna watch the newest seasons when it comes out? Are you gonna watch the new Power Rangers?
I've seen when it does come out. Yeah, I'll probably watch a couple episodes. I did watch the Once and Always movie on Netflix, and that was really good. But yeah, it's been a minute since I've seen an episode and like an actual episode.
So, do you have a favorite Power Ranger?
My favorite Power Ranger, it's Billy. Billy from Mighty Morphin. David Yost. Yeah, Billy was always my favorite one. He represented the geeks and the nerds, and I just thought he was the coolest. And that's why I wanted to play the Blue Ranger, because I really wanted to kind of give my own homage to Billy.
Yeah. The red one's my favorite.
Red one. Jason or Rocky?
Jason. Austin St. John.
But yeah, we're gonna try to wrap up main filming here in a couple of weeks, and then I need some time to do the special effects stuff. But yeah, my goal is to get it released on YouTube on August 28th on Power Rangers Day.
So do you plan on doing Comic Cons?
No, I'm not a convention person, unfortunately. Like I went to Ranger Stop in Atlanta once or twice, but I'm not much of a con goer. Some of my friends, excuse me, some of my friends that were in the movie do cosplay and stuff like that. Like Shalita Yellow Ranger, she's a heavy cosplayer. She cosplays a lot. She'll go to conventions. Don't know about.
Yeah, because I was not rushing.
Sorry about the noise in the background.
That's okay. But was there anything else you'd like to ask?
Do you read comics of that? Do you read
I
comics?
read- Oh, if I had I just don't have the time to read comics, man. But no, I don't really read the comics. No.
So anything else you're doing right now? Working on?
Power Rangers related, no. I did get some scenes cut together a couple of weeks ago, but with my busy work life, I'm trying to get every sort of second I can to work on it. Like I did mention earlier, we are working in post production right now of our Scream fan film, which will probably actually get released before the Power Rangers movie because Scream, there's not a whole lot of special effects I have to work on.
Yeah.
But other than that, I don't think there's anything else going on.
So do you collect action figures of that?
Action figures, I have just a couple, but I don't necessarily collect them, no.
Oh.
It's all good, man. Well, I don't yeah, there's not really anything else about the Power Rangers project. If was there anything else you wanted to ask me? Because I know I have to get going here in a second.
Oh, so so you're gonna make the Green Ranger that goes from Mighty Morphin? I see it's gonna be evil.
So, for the sequel, Green is going to like we are introducing the Green Ranger. Except I don't want to give it away. He does start out evil, but it's not going to be just a rehash of the Green with Evil story arc. It's not going to be the same thing as that. I'm going to have some sort of comparable stuff, but for this film, the main villain is going to be the Green Ranger. Rigel Repulsa is going to be kind of like how she is in the first movie. She's going to be sort of just in the background. She's not going to really do much. But for the third movie, which will be the final one, she will become the main villain again.
That's all I really have to ask you.
Okay. All right. Well, sounds good, Nick. Yeah, it was nice talking to you, Nick. Yeah, anytime. So yeah, I'll keep updating on socials whenever it gets closer time and whenever the movie's done. And if it gets done before the 28th, I'll definitely send you send you a link to watch it before it's officially released.
Can you do that, please?
Yeah, I'll do that.
Thanks.
All right, thank you. Have a good one.
Same.
Fucking it's like, oh, it's what it is, like baby shit.